Alright, so I want to show you guys using John's skill. Putting on shore corner or flex tape, or whatever you want to call it. It's got metal strips in it, if you look here. It's real thin, like usually aluminum. And what it does is it allows for you to straighten these angles out where they're not truly 90-degree angles. We have one here, we have one here. And a lot of times these are not cut very well, there'll be gaps.
This is the best hanging I've seen in this house.
We want that for the demonstration.
We're gonna measure this right here.
We're gonna roll it out. You gotta have snips generally. You can use razor knife to cut it.
Put me up against that. There's that. There's the easy part. Now we're gonna put it back in the box.
You know, once it gets in the roll, it's hard to get out.
Keep it from rolling down on me. Okay, now
Most of the time mine gets
we're
bent
gonna
out.
hand that to you because you're so sweet. Then we're gonna get this bucket of mud. I guess what's the time showing off, you know.
He's loading up one side of his knife by pulling up into a corner. And to go the other direction, load the other corner. And again, we're pushing slowly. You see his hand turning. He's pushing that off. He's getting that knife flatter and pushing more. And it's something you have to learn. And it's not something that comes natural. You have to learn it.
You don't learn from one day on the job.
You are not going to teach somebody, like my uncle and other people have said, let me send him along with you so he can learn how to finish today. I'm like, okay, that means that he can learn in one day. It took me years to learn. That means I'm really stupid, he's super smart, or just really good at learning. But it is not, I promise you. You should forgive yourself because you're going to make lots of mistakes and you're going to have to get better and better as time passes. Right. You're going to do a lot of sanding initially.
You can't learn it in one day. You think this
Push it with you.
when you fold it like this, that turns it loose so it can mold to whatever angle you got. So then you can just put it in there.
And pushing your finger up into the corner.
And since this is such a good corner, huh?
Now we're on.
We can't be wrong.
I left a little bit, you left a little bit.
Now you notice that angle is just right straight across it.
And that would cover over some pretty good gaps if you have them. And a lot of times you do. Like, look right here. You'd be having to guess where that angle was with paper. You can do it if you're any good at things. If you want to, I want to put a little bit of sheetrock in there. See how he's pulling it down? Again, you have choices as to where that gap is. You don't want to push it into a hole. You want to get the side straight first so it doesn't have that hole. Hopefully you're getting something from this. But this is what you use on something other than right angle corners like we have right there.
You ain't got a hammer in here, do you?
Yeah, somewhere. No, I didn't take it there.
Well, you see those cat eyes? That's what we call cat eyes when the screw edge is sticking up above the sheetrock.
You gotta hammer that down and cut it again. That needs to come off. I don't know what I got there. Probably got a screw in it.
Nope.
In the middle. Okay. That don't look good. and make me jump.
There you go.
How do you get that?
I was 6 way.
Yeah, I would say I got the jumping from him.
No, man, I'm telling you, you get shot a few times, you don't, there's another, there's a lot of you saying that. When you spot nails, you go on one direction, pull off the other.
Sometimes.
If you can.
Sometimes you go like this right here where your big old road, show off a little bit.
He was showing me this guy on TikTok. He was going through waist high up, one after another, doing it real fast. I said, "Can you do that?" I said, "Yeah, I can, but I'm gonna do it all night long." Spotting nails, really good at spotting nails. That's it went. How many people were viewing that, Jack? John? Oh, Clay?
I got called John.
Good job. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's a move up for you.
I had like 5 million likes.
5 million likes. What's this guy spotting nails?
Just going real fast. So that's what a lot of people like to see for some reason.
When you get bald and sexy doing it, you get 10 million likes real quick.
They like you because you're an earner. Anyway. Oh, check it out. I can see that too, John.
Hey, your hammer's right there.
Oh, I was gonna say, I can see that. Oh,
See that blister, could you?
I had never heard of that. I can see that. See that all through here. So this is what a good example, by the way, of what happens when bring it over here. This has been patched before. But if you look up here, see this difference between here and here? If you spray orange peel, you've got to get it finished well. It will show, no matter how much orange peel you spray.
What you have to do to get that right there not to show is you gotta wet sand it. Cause it was already painted work, and when you run mud over a paint, you have to wet sand it. If you don't, when you run mud over paint, there's an edge if you don't wet sand and flatten it into the paint. And that's what they didn't do. They didn't even sand, but they didn't even wet sand it.
Well, they didn't really finish it. But they're trying to spray. See over here? They patched it. And then spray texture on it.
And you can see where they didn't wet sand it. All the way down through there.
See over here?
Yep, same thing. No sanding.
This
If you look right here, they taped it, they smeared a little mud on it, and they sprayed texture, because you can see the ugly from here to here, where they stood the 2 sheets of rock up. And then whoever sprayed the texture on there must have been looking at girls in the bikini at the lake, and I can't even see the lake because the texture looks like crap.
They're thinking about the girls in bikinis on the lake.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're into men. I don't know.
Then on this side over here, where I see where I tore this tape off, it was because I stuck my knife in, because it had about a 6-inch blister.
It was huge.
And I'm not even sure.
Did they stand the girl?
They didn't even have the tape over the crack on part of it.
Yeah, they did that over here.
Because there's the tape, and then there's the tape.
Just barely over.
Huh?
Just barely over.
Well, you're gonna have a hard time getting it over, don't you?
See what I end up doing? This is not straight. It curves. If you look from here to there, it curves.
I don't know if you can put that piece of flex tape over there or not.
I gotta put a piece of drywall on there and then.
You guys have to be careful calling stuff flex tape. People would think
Hey.
like Flex Seal, flex tape.
I don't know if they make it.
They do. They do make flex tape. You gotta be careful.
He called it flex tape, and I was trying to call it what it was.
Sure
Flex
tape.
also.
Well, it's sure tape is what it is.
It's a
You're gonna
brand.
get people to go to the store and buy that black flex tape. Remember the guy that the leak at the copper house? He put the flex tape on the other faucet or on the other line.
We're trying to fix water leaks with that flex tape.
And where was the leak, Dad?
right above the water heater too.
And it was on the other pipe.
It was not even leaking. It was spraying over. Okay, it was spraying over from this other pipe, hitting that pipe, and he thought the leak was right there because it was. So he wrapped it in a tank, but it didn't make any.
And then Dad thought,
When I was like, yeah, it's leaking right there, and Clay got up on the ladder. He goes, no, it's spraying over from this joint over here.
and Dad's like, "Are you sure?" Like 7 times. I'm like, putting my hand
I
on
mean,
like,
you couldn't see, it's just off the copper.
the whole house.
That copper, there's a reason why they.
There was a little pinhole, like a little tiny pinhole.
There's a reason they quit using that copper.
I mean, but he was going with copper because he had a copper roof and a copper.
I was watching these guys over on the job, they put sharp pipe on copper. They put it on there. But they don't want to turn water on, boy, it's just pouring out, and I'm like, I don't think I like that.
Shark pipe works really well in copper.
They went
Usually.
back in there and finished the rest of it. Old boss man come in there, boy, he's all pumped up, boy, he went pouring concrete in it, grouting it all down. I said, he said, what? I said, I hope you ain't too proud of that work, because you're gonna have to tear it in. Why do you think that? I said, because I think those shark pipes is leaking. No! Well, they turned all the water off. Went to the meter and that little red needle just shh. They was looking, they couldn't find it. I was like, guys, I'm telling you, them shark pipes is leaking. They've got concrete now. He said, Tommy! He said, well, they wasn't leaking when I put them on there. I said, no, but there wasn't no water on it.
Well, 1 in 10 leak, period.
Well, there's 2 of the 10 right there.
But if you don't clean that copper, that
You know,
burr,
yeah.
and you gotta put there's a plastic bushing, you gotta make sure that sits inside that copper. Inside, so it has a cap on the end of it, and it has to slide and hit. And that's where that works. But 1 in 10 is gonna leak anyway, because I replumbed houses, that was expensive, by the way, using Gator Bite. And it was still cheaper than what a plumber would charge, a lot cheaper. And using Gator Bites for like $7, $8 a fitting.
Well, I remember that one time we went and plumbed that Toby Trucker house with that PEX and was in and out of there that day and gone. And that was a pretty good little
And we
deal.
use brass
How about
fittings and stainless steel clamps, and we use copper and plastic.
how long did it take? How long did it take us to replumb that small house in Springdale? 3 days.
I don't remember that house was at.
'Cause it was-
in the country somewhere.
I've not done so many, I forgot.
But you took them underneath and stuck them up through the floor, and I done all that. When I had all that done, you come in there and looked at it, and we went out and took the water up, and we was ready to go.
There was no leaks. I've done a bunch of them, might be one leak out of 200 connections.
On PEX. So I ain't never had one leak.
See, he's got all the trailers.
Well, I say that, I fixed one that was leaking, but I didn't do it. But they had their ring clamp on wrong.
Yeah, he has all his trailers and PEX, and we had when that freeze came through. The PEX didn't bust.
Everything else did.
What busted was the
Water
fit,
heater,
the,
plastic.
the fitting.
Crack.
Now, why do they do that?
Well, because they wasn't smart enough to know that if you just start right here and go that way, but the break don't down there between that light and that can light, that you wouldn't have no problem.
So we got 1, 2, 3.
There's no board.
Could've went from here to there.
With one, yeah. Again, there was a piece on the floor down there that took out somewhere that would work okay for there too. And it needed to come over here, 4 inches or a foot or whatever to get away from breaking right there, 'cause that's gonna break.
And then they turn those this way. They could've went with just one piece all the
Hey,
way.
the Mexicans' motto is, we make it white for white man.
See, this could've been one piece, instead it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Well, but they don't have to cut anything.
Oh, you do that?
And the worst part about it is, there's 1, 2, 3 fastener joints up there. They ain't even good joints.
Although I've seen worse cutting.
Worst cutting?
Yeah, they cut pretty good. It's just,
You mean they're out good?
is that what it is? Well, I'm talking about the corners and stuff. They get really tight. But,
Well, if you put that wall that ceiling against the wall, if it ain't tight, there's something wrong with the floor.
By the way,
There's something wrong with the ceiling.
Or floor, or ceiling joints, cause it's always should butt up.
why did they? So like they put drywall up in all these rooms, right? But in that room, that back wall is plywood.
Yeah, chicken. Always be.
Well, I wouldn't, storage room.
Yeah,
If
but-
you're just gonna rent these, I wouldn't fix nothing up back here. I'd tell you all that.
That's right.
All of it's ply.
Well, the drywall is on the ceiling, it's got a crack in it. See right here? Boy, that's a pain in the back of the face. It's got another
Oh,
crack.
it's plywood, dude.
That's plywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
The spray texture on plywood?
Yeah.
There's a crack right here too.
So here you go, Dad.
That's all them joints.
They probably didn't tape them.
Come here, Dad.
Here, see where the